explain about English school.
Well, our purpose to make this video is to fulfill our obligation in final exam of international relations theory. We know that our English is not perfect, but we try our best so we can get the best point from Kak Flavy.
Hello guys, I want to describe about the theory of English school. So, English school is one of the perspective on international relations come after the perspective of realism and liberalism. The English school has a substantial contribution to the 21st century in view of the exciting international relation phenomenon. English school first emerged in 2070s as a result of thinking critical groups who used the English origin of international community as the main object in discussion. In the 1999s, after the end of the Cold War, English schools started to become one of the theories that are important in international politics, although influence is still only around the area of English, and several university studies on the studies of international relations by proposing an outlook in international relations by combining the theory, history, morality, and power.
Alright, so you probably already heard the history of the English school from my friend earlier. And let's see what I have got for you. I'm going to explain the definition of the English school itself. So English school is a theory who likes to criticize or analyze many things and talks about understanding, norms, and behavior of human, and also the history. And besides that, English school is also focusing on international society. English school is known as a middle ground between traditional theories in the international relations, which are realism and liberalism. You might wondering, does English school same with the constructivist? Well, actually English school is not the middle ground between the realism and liberalism. And indeed, in somehow that English school have a similarity with the constructivists, but they're not same either. And I will explain a bit why some people think that English school is a middle ground between traditional theories in international relations. It's just because English school believe, as realism and liberalism believe, that state is the actor in an international anarchy system. What anarchy means here is that people still like to socialize, but not anti-socialize. And also English school see that we can't just stop in the state as an actor, but we have to know who is the individual inside of the state itself, and what is the motive of taking of any policies. And in the beginning, some people, especially international relations thinkers in the United States of America, didn't accept the English school as a theory in the IR, because at that time, the world conditions were dominated by liberalism and realism. And it came to pass in the era of 1990s, when the world condition didn't match anymore with any theories at that time, nor realism or liberalism. And in that moment, English school started to spread their ideas, and I think that English school is still progressing until to this very day in the international relations. And it's so important to have English school to analyze and criticize international phenomena. And I think that's what I can tell about English school today, and hopefully you get it. I know you do.
Hi guys, today I will explain about English school by Hadley Poole. English school and the international society is the same understanding. According to Hadley Poole, international society arises because when the existence of a group of countries who are aware of the shared interests and common values. form a society in the sense that they understand. The sequence is defined as something that is based on real situations or circumstance, not as a fluid or has any purpose, or have no purpose at all. The order does not place emphasis on international law of international organizations, but both have rules of each separately. In his book explained that the concept of order in world politics has three orders, namely in the social life, the setting of social life promotes functional, police purpose, or particular purpose, as well as the order of international order is a pattern where the country is an independent political community that has a government and asserts sovereignty internally and externally, and the order of the world order is pattern or disposition of human activities that have the purpose of destination were unscrupulous in order to create a good international order. So according to the book, the international community is anarchy. The point is that the social condition of anarchy due to the absence of government regulation at the international level, so that it will not preclude the possibility of the conduct of the international community. The limitation of international society is no more than one element and start working it a few times, but always compete with others because of the modern system in the international community have a dangerous impact.
Okay, after the definition, history, and the thinkers of English school, now I want to tell you about the main idea of English school. There are 6 main ideas of English school. First, the basic idea of international society is human being as an individual living in a society where they are formed and shaped. Just like the country living in international societies where they are formed and shaped too. Second, English school proposes a new outlook of international relation that combines theory and history, morality and power, and agency and structure. Third, English school want our countries have some sense of sovereignty, equally the absence of the world government on sovereign nation or anarchy. But for English school, world peace can be achieved if each country have awareness to apply with all the rules set for the respective countries. Thus, the English school also cannot rule out the hierarchy. The core approach to the English school are the countries considered as human organization. Fourth, that the international relation is a branch of human relationship is essentially the basic value such as freedom, security, public order, and justice. 5. The approach focuses on human, like a president, big ambassador, a prime minister, and the others. And the last 6, English school is a view that emphasizes the international arena as a country where human analogize are always bearing a mind and learn from the mistake we had done.
Okay, now I want to describe about the critics English school to the traditional theories. First of all, English schools is actually appear from critics of traditional theories. If realism believes that state is the only actor in international system, English school has the another point of view. English schools thought that the state is not the only actor in international system, but there is a prime minister, TNC, NGOs, and MNC inside the state, and they are take control of the behavior of the state in international society. There is also the norms in international society among behavior of the states and serve as the key of cooperation between states, not only pursuant to profit and interest by state. Thank you.
Now I want to explain the similarity and the difference between constructivism and English school. The similarity is both of them talk about international law. The difference is their view about the international law. Constructivism see the international law as a guarantee of value sustainability that they agree together, while English school, they using the international law as a guidance for their international actor, which we know as international society. International law is legally binding and adapted by time, but their view is what makes the difference. Besides the difference that I've told you before, this is the other difference that we could learn. Constructivism seeing the international world as everything that happens by construct. The focus is on the object constructed. At the same time, English school more focusing at the behavior of the actors or international society, where human as the actor, both constructed and constructing.
Hello, so we are in the bus. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? That's why Bukayosu is the best. So finally, we get into our conclusion. So we just want to tell you that English school is a theory who likes to criticize, analyze many things, including the theory and international phenomena. And also, English school is not the middle ground of any theories in the international relations. That's important. And what else we can say about English schools? Yeah. Oh yeah, English school is also see that the state as an actor, but not just state. English school think that individual that inside of the state is way important. It is way important because we know that every human have their own behavior, and also that human is also who control the state or international society or international organization. And as I promised before, I will give you an example in a case study. Okay, here it is. So the relation between United States of America and the Russian Federation and Obama's administration, we can see that United States of America, the relation and Russian Federation is quite loose, or that's so dangerous because some people think, oh, it could be another Cold War or World War III. But my question is that really what United States of America wants, or is that just because they behave of the Obama administration itself? If you want to know more, we suggest you to try and by applying the English school to analyze what's really happening there. And finally, we can see the Trump's administration. Oh, I love this guy, Donald J. Trump. So I think I don't have to ask to tell you what's happening right now between USA and Russian Federation, because we already know that they are good friends right now. See, I will ask the same question again. Is that really what United States of America wants, or it's just because the Trump administration? Because I give you the same question, I will give you the same suggestion. Try to apply English school to analyze what is the motive of that action, and you can analyze the behavior of Donald J. Trump. I think that's what I can explain the case study and the conclusion. And hopefully you enjoyed our video, and thanks for watching.
That's all the English school theory. Hopefully our video can inspire you guys.
We hope you enjoy, guys.
Thank you for watching.
Bye! ขอบคุณค่ะ